Good morning. I'm Gregory Mason, and welcome to First Presbyterian Church for Olympia Brown Unitarian Universalist Church's service. Before we start, we have some announcements. Diane Lang.
Good morning, Diane Lang. My pronouns are she and her. Congressman John Lewis is so proud of Olympia Brown and the work we've been doing for UU the Vote. We intend to get a Good Trouble designation again this year. Thanks to Ruth Bradford Johnson, who just bought a bunch of stamps with John Lewis on them to donate to our Vote Forward campaign. We've already collected over 400 letters that are personalized letters that will go out in October. Just very briefly, wanted to let you know in September there's going to be many activities coming up again. We're going to be tabling at the First Friday. The RIC Canvas is going to be on September 7th. Joe Cushing has been very steady. Pam Smiley's been there. I've done some. On September 8th, John Nichols will be speaking at the Case High School on the Project 2025. Boo hiss, right? So we're going to be there. And then September 10th, there will be a postcard and letter writing house party at Roseanne Mason's in the afternoon. We have 2 more households that will also be doing letter writing parties in September. We're just getting the dates clarified. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. There will be no weekly news sent out this month. In the meantime, church announcements can be sent to me. Our Wisconsin UU State Action Network and the League of Women Voters are urging all people to vote no on the August 13th constitutional amendment questions. Changes to our state constitution will slow our government's ability to respond to emergencies in Wisconsin. For more information, talk to Diane Lang. Racine Interfaith Coalition Task Force for Transitional Justice is seeking additional people to observe pretrial hearings at the Racine County Courthouse. The commitment is minimal because we are only asking for 1 or 2 observations per month, and it's done on Zoom. Training and help is available. For more information on the details or to volunteer, contact Roseanne Mason, Joe Cushing, or Pamela Smiley. This Friday night here is the season finale concert of Music and More, organized by First Presbyterian Church. In addition to the Bell City Brassworks, the Well-Intentioned Repenters will perform. This group includes our own Alejandro on piano, Mark Paffrath, Pat Badger, Steve Como, and Dave Titus. Tickets are $15. The next deadline for paper raise right orders is next Sunday, August 18th. If you need a form, see me. Happy birthday to David Ruskowski. And thank you to our volunteers today. Our ushers, Kastrina Mondragon and Pam Smiley, our Zoom host, Shirley Reynolds, and our coffee hour hosts, Claire Cross and Mary Beth Silke. Please join us for coffee hour in Erman Hall following the service. For those joining us on YouTube, log into Zoom after the service for your coffee hour. The link is in today's email.
Good morning. Welcome to Olympia Brown Unitarian Universalist Church. Welcome to everyone here in person and those of us joining online now and in the future. My name is Jen Simpkins. My pronouns are she, her. Our welcome words this morning are from Alex Riley. It is good to be together in this co-created sacred space where all are welcome. How you experience and express gender is welcome here. Who or how you love is welcomed here. Where you are from and where you are in your journey is welcome here. Whether you come this morning full of energy or find yourself running on empty, you are welcome here. You are part of a beloved community that is sacred because each of us is sacred. Each of us is always held in a larger love. It is good to be together.
Hi, my name is Alex Riley. My pronouns are they, them. And today's chalice lighting, as we begin our service with shared ritual, is by Leslie Takahashi. All that we have ever loved and all that we have ever been stands with us on the brink of all that we aspire to create: a deeper peace, a larger love, a more embracing hope, a deeper joy in this life we share. Please rise and body your spirit to join us in hymn number 95 in the gray hymnal, There Is More Love Somewhere.
And now it's time for the message for all ages, so if all the children and those young at heart can come on forward. So the story that I'm going to read to you this morning is Where is Your Creativity by Aaron Rosen and Riley Watts. Where is your creativity? It's all around you. It's the tingle in your toes and the hop in your step when you have a brand new idea. It makes you want to do something that hasn't been done before. Sometimes it's a small idea that will change your day. Sometimes it's a big idea that will change the world. Even before you woke up this morning, you were already being creative. While you were asleep, your brain was busy jiggling your memories like a box full of puzzle pieces. In your dreams, the pieces fit together in surprising new ways. Turn your dreams into stories and write like you dream without any rules. Stretch your body and help it wake up. Creativity doesn't just happen in your head, it happens in your body. From your eyebrows to your elbows, from your ankles to your ears. Do a little dance. Wriggle like a snake, then drift like a cloud, or flow like the sea, then rumble and tumble like an avalanche. Let your body do the thinking. Make up a song in the shower. Water can babble and burble, ripple and trickle. You can tap it and clap it, or just let it splatter and clatter. Music is everywhere, just waiting for you to find it. Clothes can keep you warm or cool, help you run or jump, or just let you stay in and snuggle. But they can also tell stories. Maybe you're feeling silly, grumpy, or excited today. You can match your mood with a crinkly hat, a fuzzy shirt, or shimmering shoes. Let your clothes reveal how you feel. Look at your neighborhood. Imagine if everything was opposite. Signs would be as big as skyscrapers, bridges would be as small as bicycles, the city could be made from sand or carved out of ice. Every building constructed a new way of living. Imagine you're eating lunch in the world's fanciest restaurant. Describe everything you taste. Maybe you're eating some cheese, which is crumbly, gooey, or even quite stinky, or fruits that are succulent, sweet, or tongue-curling tangy. Food has a language, and chefs are the poets. Every subject has its own special words. You can read about hieroglyphs and zuggernauts in history, geysers and lagoons in geography, dragonflies and dung beetles in science, or trillions and quadrillions in math. Put these words into a poem. Maybe it'll make sense. Or perhaps, if you're lucky, it'll be beautiful nonsense. Your living room is a theater. You're a pirate. The book beside you is a treasure map. The pillow is an island, and your cup is a telescope. Now you're an astronaut. The book is your jetpack. The pillow is the moon, and the cup is a satellite. Actors don't just follow directions, they discover what's possible. Even the smallest spot can be your private garden. A lot can happen in your tiny territory. A flower can poke through the pavement, an earthworm can squirm through the soil, or an army of ants can march over a pebble. Try and make this little world as beautiful as possible. Drawing isn't just about creating a perfect self-portrait or sketching a beautiful landscape. Everyone can draw. Most of you don't believe that, but everyone can draw. You just start with a line. You can make it squiggle and skip or jump up and down. The world is alive, and so is your pen. You've sung and danced and decorated and designed, cooked and gardened, composed and acted, drawn and dreamed. As you fall asleep, imagine the ceiling's a great big movie screen. Watch a film about your day. You can see everything just as it happened or imagine it differently. You're the director. Your creativity is the camera. So this book had a lot of different ways to be creative in it. One of the ways was to garden. Any of you remember any other of the ways to be creative? To draw. Lots of things we don't normally think of. Lincoln? What? To cook, yep. How about acting in your pretending you're acting is another way to. So there are lots of ways to be creative. Music, we forgot music there, that's really important. So there's a lot of ways to be creative. You don't just have to be creative by making art. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Okay, now it's time for the blessing. Ready? We are blessed. We are blessed by being. We are blessed by being here. We are blessed by being here together.
There are many ways we give to the life of the church, and the monetary offering is just one of those ways. Each month, we partner with a local organization and share the money we collect. If you are here, oh, that's old information. More information on how to donate can be found on the back of your order of service. Our partner for the month is the Hope Center. Recognizing the worth and dignity of each person, Hopes helps people end their homelessness. Hopes has many services, but a core program is their street outreach. Hope's outreach team goes out at night to meet people who are homeless where they are. It provides basic assistance, builds relationships of trust, and makes service connections. The team places a special emphasis on serving people with mental health challenges. Hopes actively collaborates with other agencies in Racine that serve people experiencing homelessness in our community. Part of being in community is sharing our joys and our sorrows with one another. We do that in many different ways. Sometimes we share them aloud, sometimes we light candles, and sometimes we have entirely different rituals. We all experience comfort in sharing and holding one another in different ways. This morning, you're invited to come up and light a candle to represent a joy or a sorrow that's on your heart. Will you please join us at this time? And we'll light a final candle for the joys and sorrows that are on the hearts of our beloveds joining us online. There is a love holding us always. May we rest in that love. Amen and blessed be. All are invited to join us in singing, There is a Love. The words are in your order of service.
Good morning. I'm Addison Tower. My pronouns are he, him, and I'll share with you a reading called Small Decisions by J.D. Stillwater. I remember the moment. I shuffled out of my plant biology class feeling adrift, feeling deeply the dismal gray day outside. What am I doing here? I stopped at a drinking fountain, and when I looked up, there it was, a simple sheet of paper with large plain text, The Great Peace March. 5,000 people were going to walk from Los Angeles to Washington, D.C. to end the nuclear arms race. I stared. Then I turned and continued down the hall, but the idea grew. I could do this. That was 1985. I did walk across the U.S., joining a band along the way. After the march, the band toured, where I met my spouse. We moved to LA to become rock stars. Our family grew and the band dispersed, so we moved back east to a deep green tree farm where I became a science teacher. Each thing leading to another, then another. Not in a straight line, but still a massive avalanche of life changes triggered by a single snowflake that took the shape of a small poster. Many years later, I went back to school to study physics and became excited by complexity theory, which tells us that complex systems are highly sensitive to imperceptibly small changes over time. This is sometimes called the butterfly effect. Little changes can snowball into massive impacts. I'm astounded to realize that a sheet of paper stuck on a wall in 1985 is directly responsible for everything in my life today, indirectly affecting countless other lives too. I wonder about the person who stuck that paper there. Were they running late? Did they agonize about the spot? Were they paid? One thing I'm sure of, they could not have known how much their simple act would change my world, and over time, the whole world. I wish I could tell them how grateful I am. How many other little things have had a similarly profound influence on me that I didn't even notice? It lights up my imagination with wonder and astonishment. Today, I will make dozens of small decisions. I will never know their ultimate impact, though I suspect that some of them matter tremendously. If each one carries a snowflake's worth of the change I wish to see in the world, in time, an avalanche of justice, equity, and compassion will follow. Am I willing to feel some gratitude flowing back from generations ahead?
Good morning. My name is Carolyn Churchill, and my pronouns are she, hers. This is a poem entitled Orange Energy by Jennifer Healy. All I want to do is delight, throw the mask off, not care and not worry, not explain what I mean, nor define what I do. I just whatever I feel like being, just relish in the energy of the moment. I want to be so alive that I feel like the moon throwing tides just for fun, creating because it's what I'm here to do. I want to love the color orange just because it craves delight too. I want to cry because I'm so in love with the miracle of being alive. I don't want to feel like I'm striving. I want to try and feel like I'm flying. I want to write poetry, read the poetry, and breathe the poetry. I want my life to be a beautiful, messy mosaic that even I can't help but fall in love with. Create, create! I feel the winds of fury blowing through me. Even my bones are smiling. I hear my veins pulsing with desire like branches dancing in the breezes. Wildflowers are waving, and the ocean blossoms with a new idea. Crazy and beautiful, how I want my life to feel. Let it be, let it be. I write to be free. I read to tap in, absorb the poetry, and so it shall be. And now I am this energy.
So today's message is by Aya Simone, and it is on creativity and spirituality and curiosity. And it starts with a quote. I must do honor to my gifts. Patricia Terry Ross. Preface. As a creative, one thing I am so fascinated by is the process of creating something from start to finish. I often find myself finishing things, and after lamenting and complaining the whole time, though, not even sure about the very clear things I did get to the other side. I'm not overwhelmed by it all. I am overwhelmed by it all, tensed between listening to the pressures of the external world and heeding my internal voice. While I believe that every human being is creative, Black trans people who dedicate a huge portion of their lives and careers to their art can find themselves having to balance these tensions more frequently and decisively. Here are a couple thoughts to meditate on about the creative process with hopes that it nourishes you in times of unrest and uncertainty. May these always help you remain true to who you are and who you are becoming. Number one, creativity and its processes is a form of spirituality. And paper is difficult. As an artist, I often wonder about the links between creative energy, process, spirituality, and the role curiosity plays within that. Through my own experiences as a multidisciplinary artist, I've noticed several connections between creativity and spirituality as principles that I believe are very important to keep in mind. I believe that creativity is a form of spirituality because of these three principles. Number one, they are ritual. Number two, they are personal and meaningful. And number three, they connect us to the collective. Number one, ritual. Whether you journal every morning with a cup of tea, practice your piano scales, go to church and pray every week, meditate, doodle on a napkin, all of these are ritual, a habit you formed to set the tone for your day or to usher in an atmosphere for your work and or play. It doesn't matter so much what it may be, as long as it guides you to focus on the object of your creative desire. Ritual is a grounding exercise, a reminder of the power of your imagination, and that we can receive from well if we only journey towards it. Developing a ritual in your art practice keeps our dreams and spirit close enough that we can taste, reap, and sow our fruit, get far enough to inspire us and keep us getting up and our journey to the well. Ritual is reoccurring daily, weekly, or monthly. Ask from the Spirit for you to show up to the stage, whether you feel like it or not, whether we fail or not. It's personal. In addition to seeing creativity and spirituality as ritual, another link between the two is that they are personal. One of the ingredients of being creative and getting to the other side of our fears is to understand that creativity and spirit, to some extent, is personal. For example, our experiences and knowledge base color our work and shape our direction in what and how we approach something and what we believe is possible for our lives. In addition to that, getting clarity on our intentions with spirit and creativity is something we must always reckon with. In personal reflections, some questions may come up that may sound a little like this. Why do I create? Who do I create for? Is there something underneath my fears begging for more attention? What do I value that I would still value if it wasn't popular? What would I need to say if no one else would say it? Or even, what voices am I most listening to when I create, and who is the meanest to me? What does that voice most care about? Getting clear on your intentions is like a periodic check-in on who you think you are and who you would like to be. And it connects us to the collective, transcendence. One of the most important things to remember is that through creative energy and spirituality connects us with our most inner dreams and intentions. It is also transcendent. We as human beings have an existential dilemma that has not seemed to have changed since we got here. We have the need to be able to be experienced as an individual, belonging to ourselves, and yet belong to a collective, something larger than ourselves. One of my favorite manifestations of this is through the vision and collaboration. Think of how many music ministries in a church or worship space. I think about how every choir member has their part, along with the musicians and the composers. The praise dancers have their positions and uniforms, all with a unifying goal of bringing the congregation together to give thanks and express joy, sadness, grief, or to raise money for the people that are dealing with housing instability, etc. Using our access to creativity and by proxy, spirit, to connect with the collective and transcend our personal goals to bring more good to our communities can be one of the most exciting and deeply satisfying ways to tap into creativity. The pages are stuck. When we understand how creativity and spirit can be accessed through mundane and ritual practices and study how it is personal and collective and what intentions and desires drive us to the well, we notice another thing that I believe is essential to this cultural work. Curiosity, or the desire to learn something currently unknown to you, is an essential part of being creative and spiritual. What drives you to deepen your understanding and study of the harp or painting, or compels you to go down that Wikipedia rabbit hole at 2 a.m. in the morning about government conspiracy theories or exotic birds. Curiosity is a form of intention setting, manifesting creative work and downright fun. But the act of following curiosity is setting intention. You may not know where it will lead you, or if some tangible work may be birthed from this beyond a new hobby or obsession. Hello from the other side as a new plant parent. However, curiosity says one thing to spirit. It says, I'm willing to try something new. It's the risk we take to get through the messy part of creativity. Remaining open to possibilities and taking risks with our time and energy to explore creatively, we learn how to synthesize what we know and what we have learned to craft something unique from our limited yet powerful perspective, pulling from seemingly separate things like hormones, time, astrology, and making something of it, be it painting, performance, or lecture, is one of the most fun things I can ever recall ever trying. The most exciting part of it is, it usually hits you all at once when you are lit at a party, dancing, or on the bus on the way to see your family. You start singing into your phone or writing in your journal, and the next thing you know, you have a whole new work. In essence, meditating on the power of creativity while accessing spirit to deepen our relationship to ourselves, each other, and the world is all part of what it means to be human. To be creative is to be human. As the closing gift, I want to share some important questions and affirmations I believe that may get you thinking about your creative life and what you need within it. My creativity connects me to my body and my community. I am mine and always mine. No label can trap me. I know where to draw the line between this world and my body. Beyond my fear is courage to create. My creativity is my life force. What voices am I most listening to when I create, and who is the meanest? What does that voice care about most? My gender or lack thereof is always true and valid, and it deserves to be expressed or not at my discretion. Why do I create? Who do I create for? Is there something underneath my fears begging for more attention? What would be pivotal for me as an artist and why? What do I value, and what would I still value if it wasn't popular? What would I need to say if no one else would say it? Where in my body and my life do I feel the most tension? And in what ways can I use my unique knowledge to create or facilitate another way of thinking about something? So that was from Aya Simone. And now I offer this blessing, Be the Blessing You Already Are, by John and Sarah Gibb Millspaugh. It is adapted from the Karaniya Metta Sutta of the Pali Canon, which is part of the Hindu tradition. And it says, in our religious tradition, it is not just ministers and religious professionals who have the power to bless. Each of us has the power to bless another and to bless the world. Therefore, I invite everyone here to participate in this blessing. The words are ordinary words, but we make the blessing real through our shared intention. Feel free to reach out a hand or extend your thoughts and intentions to the people around you. Maybe hold hands, put a hand on someone's shoulder, or just reach out your intentions and think about blessing the people around you as I read the following words. As we have been blessed, so we bless one another to be a blessing. Breathe in, breathe out. This breath we share with all that breathes. Feel the love of the universe flowing through this community into you and out into the universe again. Let the love of all the universe, your love, flow outward to its height, its depth, its broad extent. You are more than you know, and more beloved than you know. Take up what power is yours to create safe haven, to make of earth a heaven, to give hope to those you encounter, that they may know safety from inner and outer harm. Be happy and at peace, healthy and strong, caring and joyful. Be the blessing you already are. That is enough. Blessed be. Amen. Please rise in body or spirit to sing hymn 1008, When Our Heart is in a Holy Place. We extinguish our chalice, but not the light of this community. That light cannot be extinguished, for it lives in each of us, reminding us we are connected, always held in a larger love. Our closing words are from Tom Schad, called A Power at Work in the Universe. He says, "My friends, there is a power at work in the universe. It works through human hands, but was not made by human hands. It is creative, sustaining, and transforming power, and we can trust that power with our lives. It will sustain us whenever we take a stand on the side of love, whenever we take a stand for peace and justice, whenever we take a risk. Trust in that power. We are together held by that power. Peace and unrest."